What is going on? This time I'm going to SAMOK FIT checking with you guys to do all been terrific, and we are back with another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking you guys through how I feel my performance.
My phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late.
And the reason why this is important is because, take it from me, somebody that did not do the proper job, that they trained all year round to get ready for the marathon. They did not do the proper job to fuel for the performance and end up cramping for 10 miles in the last portion of a full marathon. Got water, I'm fucking cramping.
I have water for you. How we feeling, bro?
So I'm trying to catch you before you make that mistake. Not only catch you before you make that mistake, the information I'm about to share with you guys is going to be helping you not just for running alone, it's going to be helping you for strength training, because a lot of times when your training performance, the gym performance not being where you need to be, oftentimes one of the things I look at for all my clients is one, let's take a look at the nutrition. Are you fueling properly for you to derive or to get the kind of outcome that you're looking for, you expect from yourself in the gym? So that's what this video is going to be covering. Before we do that, we have a run today. If you've been following this video for a while and you notice the background, you know we're in Forest Park in St. Louis. I'm just saying that in case you're in the St. Louis area. Comment below, let me know where you're from. Hopefully when I come to your town, we can link up and get it running. We're about to get after a 13 to 14 mile run today. And as of today, we are officially 22 weeks out for my next marathon next year. And we are, I think, about 8 weeks or so out for my first half marathon, possibly in January or February for next year, just to kick off 2024. So I have to get after this run, and we talk about nutrition. Of course, pre-run nutrition is very important. My pre-run nutrition is very important. I mean, of course, no brainer, especially about to do 13 to 14 miles. So the way I do my nutrition really is I do not only focus on my nutrition as I'm about to go for my run. I focus on my nutrition the night before my run. So last night, I made sure I had a good, healthy meal, a lot of carb-dense meal. I had some noodles, some protein, I had some Hawaiian rolls, I had some cereal, just to make sure when I wake up this morning, I'm not just shoving tons of food down. It's going to sit in my stomach. I don't want to run 13 miles. First thing I'm going to share with you guys when it comes to fueling for performance, especially when it comes to cardiovascular endurance, is take a look at what you're doing the day before, not necessarily right before you run. You want to make sure your glycogen are topped off. So because you're taking some intra-workout carbs, fast digesting carbs, your peanut butter, your sourdough bread, sourdough's overrated by the way. If you're taking that before you're training, that might be good. It's beneficial for you to focus on fueling your performance or taking a look at what you're doing the day before. That's why you hear a lot of people when they get ready for a marathon, they spend 2-3 days before that marathon, sometimes all week, just carb loading, just to make sure the glycogens are topped off. And that's something that I did not do well when I was training for the Chicago Marathon. So when I made sure I consumed that meal last night, and when I woke up this morning, the first thing I did this morning is I took down some high branching amino acids. Again, high branching because it's fast digestion. It doesn't sit in your gut too much. It's readily available for me this morning. And again, because I woke up this morning, my stomach is already kind of feeling full. I don't want to shove another food down, and I feel like, bloated through my run. That is why I did not eat like a lot of food this morning. I just had enough. So 40 grams readily available for me to use to kick this run off. And as I go throughout this run, I have multiple gels with me. And if you've been following me for a while, you know the kind of gels that I like to use. I like to use the Martine gel. So this is going to be the 100 calf, and also I have the Martine gel, the 100s. So these two together is what I'm going to be using for this run. I'm going to be taking that for every 3 miles or so. I might use it or not use it. And again, because I have enough carbs that's been stored in my system from the day before, and top that off this morning to help me finish that 13-mile run. So without further ado, I'm not going to be stalling because I stall on all this run. So I'm going to get after this run, and I'm going to see you when we finish that 13 to 14 miles. Get after it.
Phone started jumping, what a day. Swear to God I need it, now I can't afford to wait. I just had a fan hit me up from Kuwait. Told him this would happen and we not a minute late. Seen him down bad, now they tryna hate. Same ones try to hit me for the rent.
The run complete, and we'll finish that run in 1 hour, 51 minutes and 41 seconds at a pace of 8:31 pace, making the total mileage for the week at 27 miles, 27 0.16 miles. And again, like I said, we sought to ramp up a little bit. I've been ramping up from 20 miles, 22 miles week to week, to put us in a position where we are doing half marathon at a 8:31 pace. I just don't want to give you like a superficial like level of, you know, hey, this is how you feel for performance, so I can talk because my lip is cold. It is 37 degrees out here, but we got it done. But anyways, I don't want to give you like a superficial like information, just like, oh yeah, just carb up. But I want to give you a little more detail as to the strategy that I use from week to week that's allowed me to fuel my performance. So during the week, because my mileage typically is not as high, because the weekend, like today, like a Saturday, it's typically my longer runs, my calorie during the week are not as high as I need to be, just because one, I build the adaptation throughout the week or throughout my training and the running journey to be able to eat maybe around 150 calories to 150 grams of carbs during the day. And my runs are 3 times a week, 2 5-mile runs and 1 3-mile run, and then on the weekends, so a bigger run. So I build that level of adaptation to the place where it allows me to be able to eat 150 to 250 grams of carbs, 260 grams of protein, about 50 grams of fats during the week. But on the weekend, like I mentioned, all the day before the race, I intentionally ramp up my carbs. So what I typically do is, if I normally take 150 grams of carbs on a daily basis, I make sure at least I want to double the amount of grams of carbs I want to consume on that Friday before the race. So this is something that you have to test out yourself to see what, you know, based on the performance. And this is going to be hard initially, I'll be honest with you, but the more you run, the more you can definitely gauge based on your performance. Like, hey, how did that run feel? Is it a muscle fatigue because my leg is just heavy? Is it a fitness thing, meaning that my heart rate is just elevated, I'm not used to running consistently? Or is it you just not properly fueled for performance? And when it comes to strength training, for instance, you're just not getting a good pump in the gym. Sometimes it could just be your pre-workout nutrition is not on point. So one thing that I typically adjust or advise of people is to give them access to have glucose readily available for them by experimenting with multiple transportable carbs. And that means experimenting with simple carbs like fruits, honey, and complex carbs like oatmeal, sweet potato, and things like that. So your body can have that availability of carbohydrates and glucose so you can perform to your best ability. And again, like I said, this is going to be very hard initially, but something you have to experiment with. But the rule of thumb that I typically give most of my clients is, if you normally eat about 150 grams of carbs, whatever the amount of carbs that you normally eat on a daily basis, the minimum of the week for your run, try to double that. Or at least before your run, try to get anywhere between 40 to 60 grams of carbs, because directly speaking, most people will typically deplete the glycogen in about 40 to 45 minutes. So that's why you also want to add something like the gels that you can definitely use during your run. For every 3 miles or so, or every 30 to 40 minutes or so, you want to make sure you're ingesting some sort of carbohydrates like gel. Or if you have a handheld, you can definitely use something like an HBCD, meaning a high branch chain dextrose. Layman terms, something like Gatorade, something like this fast digestion that's going to clear your gut. That's not going to sting your stomach for too long. Last thing I would definitely want to share with you guys, again, like somebody that bunked out on the run because I didn't properly fuel, I didn't properly hydrate. Take this from me. You can plan, you can train as hard as you want to, but if your fuel performance is not on top of it, I mean, it's counterproductive. So you take a look at your fuel for performance could be the key to unlocking that performance you've been looking for all along. Again, this logic can be applied to strength training too. So that's the video for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy it. I don't want to drag the video too long. Any other topic that you guys want to see on this channel, when it comes to in regards to running, put a comment in this, let me know in the comments so I can put the video together for you guys. This time, I'm SAMOK FIT, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.